Welcome back to another episode of What Else Would I Be Doing on Lockdown? There's something cool in this box. Oh yeah. Some would say I'm intercooling. So getting the fit in that onto here, I've put two brackets, one there and one there. Ow, that's still hot. So I'm going to put this back in the car. And then we'll try test fit that with the bumper on it as well. It's a bit tight down there with the aircon bracket on the radiator. If you focus, there you go. And the same that side. And I think this is going to get in the way of the aircon radiator anyway. But I'm not too worried about that in a minute. However, that seems to be mounted there fairly solidly. It's moving because this is moving, it's not on properly. My only worry is, it's very low. So I'll put the bumper back on now and you'll actually see how low it is. Oh, for reference, there's the engine sump and there's the bottom of the intercooler. So, if something's going to take it, it's going to be the intercooler and then the engine. Anyway, bumper. Might have to trim the bottom of the bumper a bit so the bottom of the intercooler can come forward a little bit to give space for the aircon rad afterwards, but for now that's good enough. It doesn't actually stick out under the bumper, even though you can just about see the tips there and there. So I suppose it's in. Looks pretty damn cool too. So I've got the compressor housing off the turbos. There's one there because I need to put an elbow there somehow. I'm going to cut this down so this is much shorter. That's what that's there for. So it's going to be cut down there. I'm going to cut this down as well, put that as close as I can to there so I've got a nice 45-degree bend coming off the compressor housing because it makes piping up easier. So let's give that a go now. Guess I'm doing it by hand then. Weird. Okay, that needs to go on like that. So, put the welder on. There you go. 145-degree angle on the compressor housing. Now I'll just fit it back to the turbo when it cools down. So I've been a busy boy. That's the turbos put in with those 90-degree, not 90-degree, 45-degree bends on them. One there and one there. Then I've got these reducers or enhancers. So these go from the 50-odd mil that these are to the 63 mil that the intercooler is. So there's the intercooler. There's the intercooler on the front of the car, as you see me mounting it just now. Oh, now behind it, join me on the floor. So we've got this silicone joiner, and then around the back of that there's this monstrosity. So this is a 90-degree bend up into the turbo this side, or coming out of the turbo this side into the intercooler, and then another 90-degree here going and doing this little dog leg down the front of the engine. That then does a 90 and another 90 up into that turbo this side. So we should have compressed air coming out of there, across here into the this side of the intercooler, and then we have another joiner this side for the output of the intercooler, and that's going to go out of here, up there. And it's going to come up here, do a 45 across the throttle body where this is going to be intercepted somewhere, and yeah, then it'll just go into the throttle body. So that is the I'm still waiting for those bits, so I might have to wait to show you that bit, but that's the hot and the cold side of the intake done. So realistically now, it's just bolting those turbos down, filling it with oil, finishing off those boost pipes, and I think it's ready to go. I'm not running, the wastegates will be open, so I'm not going to be sorting the wastegates out yet. That's a whole other headache because I've got no room there at all. But yeah, that'll come at some point, so it'll be running with no wastegates, minimal amount of boost as possible because I don't want to break it. Not yet. So yeah, then we can fill it with oil, start it up. I've done the brake lines. I've just got to get some made up, but unfortunately, due to the current circumstances, there's a lot of places that are closed, so I have to find someone to make me some custom length brake lines. Once they are done, I can bleed the brakes and the clutch, and then no reason they can't move. Remind me to check the diff oil, because I'm bound to forget. So yeah, we're getting close now. It's pretty much there. Can't think of anything else. I may break it. So there's the white pipe off the car. I have no idea if it's going to be any good because I don't know how it'll move, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Now I've welded up the Y piece, but I need to do these bits, so I'm going to go and do that now. Well, it ain't pretty, but it'll do. I'll go and put it back up in the car now when it cools down. That's some good bits. Like there. And there. Suppose I better clean my bench up as well. So I've got that intercooler pipe coming out of the intercooler. It's 63mm, just like the other side. It's just a 90° up. So what I need then is this big one that I've cut down to fit on there. The airflow meter needs to go in here somewhere. Now I did turn it down on the outside because it had these lips that couldn't fit the right size pipes over them. But that needs to go in there somewhere. It's a tight fit. And then I've got a 90 here. But unfortunately, I'm still waiting for a 45 to come off this pipe on the bottom. So this is going to need some jimmying about to make it fit. Probably cutting these down a little bit more. And I've probably cut that down too much, but that needs to go about there. And then I've got a joiner to reduce it, because this goes all the way from like 80mm or 83mm to, I think this is about 78 down to 63, or it comes up as it gets here. So I don't know what effect that's going to have on performance, but that needs to be there, that needs to be there, but cut at the right place. But to do that, I'm waiting on this 45° bend. Unfortunately, the way the environment is currently, that may take a while. But as soon as it's here, I'll weld it up and plumb all this in, and that's the boost pipes done. Apart from the clamps, I need to get some clamps. Probably just use Jubilee clips for now. I can clamp it all down and we should be good to go. Right, I think I'm going to call it there for the day. That's all the boost hoses done, pretty much, apart from waiting for that one pipe. But what you're going to do, we're all in lockdown, some people aren't sending stuff. Just going to have to wait. Next time, we're going to look at starting it, I think. I did want to start it and roll it out of the garage, or drive it out of the garage in one go, but I don't think the driving part is going to happen because I've come across a bit of a problem that I'll show you next time. But I think we'll start it next time because, well, there's nothing really stopping me now. And we'll go through that in the next episode. But for now, that's it for this week. Thanks for coming back and watching. Hopefully this has kept you entertained while you're stuck in the house. And if you're not stuck in the house, lucky you. Stay safe. Follow me on these social media platforms and get some random updates from me whenever I feel like it. Come back next time, watch the next episode, because with a bit of luck, this thing will start. Ciao. On the front of the car.